Day 3, 1 week until Utrecht. Today I don't have any sim games because it was a busy day for me and I had only time for locals in the evening. We play locals every Friday and Saturday. A lot of participants. Yesterday it was around 50 people, I think. And it's really nice to improve because people always bring some new spice, some new ideas with the decks, so you can expect anything. A very good environment to test your deck, your approach before big tournament. And today, because I don't have any sim games, I will just show you my way how to improve playing locals, what notes I take to play better next time. So I went 3-2 in locals, first 3 rounds win, then 2 loses, and I go like that. Round number, I'm color leader, so first round I played against NL. I check if I win the dice roll, so nothing crazy here, and then the starting turn. So for this game I can see I was playing against NL. Even though I lose the dice roll, I was going first, my opponent chose to go second, and the result was win. And in a comment I put all the relevant information that I think helped me to win the game, or if I lose, why did I lose, maybe some misplay that I noticed after the game. Also, it's always good to ask your opponent in real life, doesn't matter you win or lose, what do they think about the matchup, about the game, and obviously always respect your opponent, never blame the stuff like trigger or luck that you lose. It's possible to lose due to luck, but most of the time it's because our misplay or our miscalculation. So round first, NL. My comment here was just that Kuzan did the work, so it means after I played Kuzan on curve probably, because we're going first, maybe they attacked us into life, so we knew no threat from Gedatsu. We played 4-cost Kuzan on curve, and then because it sticked to the board, we were able to clear the threats from NL, develop our board in the next turns and take over the game. Normally what would happen if they don't have Gedatsu? They are most likely clearing Kuzan with Thunderbolt, but I think my opponent didn't see Thunderbolts this game, so quite good game for us. Second round I played Whitebeard. Even though they lose the die, they let us go first, also win the matchup, as you can see in the comments again. So most of my answers, also because we know the matchup, I played RHL combo instead of 7-cost Borza to have a blocker on board, because Whitebeard was quite aggressive in this matchup obviously, and then with the help of 7-cost Borsalino we were able to answer 9-cost Whitebeard. We kept him in case they drop it, and then just easily answer it next turn with Tendon. Also something interesting, opponent was playing Seaquake, so Rebecca wasn't really useful in this combo, so something to keep in mind if you play against Whitebeard, that they can have some spice in the deck, something maybe you don't expect, because there are so many different approaches to build Whitebeard right now that anything can happen, so think twice about your plays. Then round 3, played NL again. This time I won the dice roll, chose to go first to avoid their curve like Gedatsu, Big Mom, Yamato. And what do we have here for the comments? Because normally I write comments right after the game, after speaking with my opponent if we have anything to talk about, and then I read them once again at home to check them with a cold head. Maybe something could have been done better. What I see here, I was able to pick Ice Age before Holy combo, because normally NL will either Gedatsu or attack you and go with Holy, right? So I knew that Holy is coming, so I prepared my Lucci and Ice Age pickup, I think, from Leader's Effect to play around it, and here they developed Holy. I answered on turn number 3, 5 Dawn, 1 Dawn for Ice Age to reduce Gedatsu to reduce to 0, and with Leader Swing to reduce Holy to 2, and then Lucci clears the board. This is, I think, the cleanest answer we can have. Not really reliable because we play only 2 Ice Age, but was able to pick it up. Then, because we are going first, we have really strong 7 cost Borsalino on curve play, and then it was just kill turn. Opponent, even though they had 5 cards in hand, we had Sabo on board to protect our board that was already quite developed. 2 Lucis, Hina and 7 cost Borsalino, so simple 7-7-7. 9 swings, Sabo protecting from any triggers, and we still were confident enough that we don't die the next turn, so nothing more to add to this game. I think just transfer the threats, develop the board, and then make one killer turn to push. And then after 3 rounds, I was quite confident that it's a good day. I played against blue-black Sakazuki. Even though I win the dice roll, I went second, I lose this game. So I felt like I had advantage in this game, obviously going second. If your opponent has a little tougher curve, maybe don't see all the cards they want to see, you should feel advantageous, but my opponent played Mihawk on curve to remove 7 cost Borsalino that I played turn before, and on one swing I noticed that they are lacking 2k counters because they were countering with 2. One case I think it was 6k swing with, I don't remember if it was leader or some character, but a 6k swing that was guarded with 2 one case, so I knew that I want to work to set up some killer turn. My friend told me after the game that he noticed that I trashed Houndblaze, huge misplay here by me, when I already knew that I'm setting up the kill turn. So my board was developed, opponent had only Mihawk that I couldn't answer, and even though I knew that I can push for the game, I trashed the only removal that I had in hand, and it was the Houndblaze. So some brain luck on my side here. Very huge was blue Hina in this matchup. Even though I was going second, I was able to get some additional body and card in the late game. My opponent had to trash 10 cost Kaido because they had no time to play him. Mihawk, sure, they played on curve, but 10 cost Kaido went straight into trash. There was also some other spicy picks from my opponent, like Kanji's Pilaf, 4 cost ulti, the one that searches for the card from top 3, if I remember correctly. So some really spicy list. Very enjoyed this game, and yeah, here from this point, I don't know why, I didn't really work towards my kill turn. I kind of focused to stay alive for no reason, really. I mean, they had unanswered Mihawk on board, but that was it. So you can see, should consider Rebecca Hina instead of Hina and Lucci for the removal, because there was the time that they played the combo. I already knew that I want to set up killer turn, but what I cleared was Lucci and Hina, because I was afraid that they will go for the kill. I think we already were on 1 life and our opponent, and I cleared Hina Lucci just to be sure that they don't push. And yeah, even though some kind of misplays happened, I had my final push. Opponent had obviously Rebecca on board and 1 life. I tried really hard to find any removal for Rebecca, like for example Houndblaze that I trashed, but I wasn't able to. So I decided to just go for the game with 7k swing, and then I think double 8k swing, because I had black Hina, blue Hina and leader swing. Problem was I swing 7k with black Hina to maybe bite my opponent into some block, but they take the life and they trigger the Houndblaze on blue Hina and put it back to my hand. And even though I played the blue Hina, draw a card, still no answer for Rebecca. 1 left swing from me, and I just lose the game this way. Couldn't find removal for Rebecca, and that was it. And here once again, when you sit in the game and you see the last life trigger like that, then you might think, okay, I lost because of the trigger on life, be it Houndblaze here, maybe in yellow matchup, Beji, other stuff. But you need to consider that triggers are part of the game. How you play around the triggers, how you set up your board matters. It could have been avoided if I didn't trash Houndblaze. Then I just simply remove Rebecca. I had reducers in hand, and then I push. Even if they remove one of the Rebeccas, there is no blocker, leader swing, and GG. So huge misplay in this game, and yeah, that's because I lost, not because of the trigger. I lost because I didn't set up the turn properly. Then Last game of the locals I played against Red Purple Luffy, considered counter pick into Sakazuki, depending how we draw, how they draw. Really interesting deck to play against. I lost the dice roll, even though I lost, they let me go first. And early mid game, I must say, I played quite well. I saw my answer, I shaped my hand accordingly, but then one misplay happened. I saw 9-cost Whitebeard that I expected hit the board, and I'm not sure here. I think I was already at 10 Don. And what I could have done was to play 3-cost Hina, use the blank swing, so we have -5, Whitebeard is on 4-cost then, and play 7-cost Borsalino. But because I wanted to push life from my opponent, I decided the path Ice Age 7-cost Borsalino. And it was punished later because they played Nika, 10-cost Luffy. They took extra turn, they tried to push me. I survived this turn, but I couldn't remove Nika, and if I would play, and I still had another Borsalino in hand waiting for Nika, but I didn't have the good reducer in hand to support Borsalino to remove Nika. So if I would play Hina Borsa here to remove Whitebeard and then play Ice Age with Borsalino to remove Nika, it would be much more possible for me to win the game, but I still decided to make my final push. My opponent had freedoms up and I think 5 or even 6 cards in hand, so I went 2 times 6k with leader and black Hina, I think, and then the remaining Dawn into 7-cost Borsalino, 16k swing. My opponent counters with 3 radicals into 18k, and that's it. Another lose this day to Red Purple Luffy. I think this is important to consider that if we can survive Nika turn, and most of the time we can, maybe keep some good answer here, especially if we have Ice Age Borsalino. Maybe sacrifice 1 turn of attacking to remove Whitebeard and then see what happens. Don't always need to push. I'm not sure. I'm not that experienced with this matchup. Also, the problem was I didn't see my Kuzan. With Kuzan on board, it's obviously much easier to remove threats like Whitebeard, like Nika, but we cannot rely only on Kuzan every game. We run only 3 copies. It's a strong card, but we need to be able to win even if we don't see Kuzan in hand. So yeah, for day 3. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this little insight. How can you easily improve? Most of us, when we participate in the events, we have smartphones with us. Any smartphone can take notes, so you can write them, you can record them as a voice message, whatever, and then just reconsider them at home. Just if you want to improve, don't blame the luck, don't blame the triggers. If you lose, opponent was better, you did some misplay, like in 99% of the games. Especially for casuals like me, you're not at the level to blame the luck. We need to work on our skill first. I leave you with this message. I invite you to day number 4. We'll be posting it later. See ya.